And welcome to another edition of Sean's Entertainment Books WWE Raw, back by popular demand. Remember, Sean's Entertainment works within the confines, within the script of the storylines. I follow what the WWE is doing, but I put my own spin on things. And remember, if this video receives a lot of likes, comments, and is shared enough online, I will continue the series, Sean's Viewent Books WWE Raw. This is now the second week that I have done this, and I'm actually sticking to this series, just like I'll be sticking to the series that I started this weekend, which was Flip the Damn Script, where I ask for your questions and I answer them. We feature action figures and magazines and trivia questions. So let's get to Sean's Entertainment Books WWE Raw for tomorrow, which will be Monday night. For those of you who are watching this video either Sunday night late or Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So the show kicks off with Seth Rollins, Triple H, and Kane entering in a long, black, expensive limousine. Now, we all know what Lesnar did last week to a car, right? Remember that? To that automobile? Yeah. Brock Lesnar then arrives. Lesnar arrives in his Hummer. I don't know if you may recall this, but back in 2003, Lesnar arrived at SmackDown in a Hummer every week. So I don't know if he sells a Hummer or not, but in the storyline, Lesnar arrives in a Hummer. He blocks and barricades the Authority in the limousine. The Authority can't get out. Brock Lesnar gets on top of the limousine. He starts stomping on it. He starts trash-talking him. And then Heyman finally calms Lesnar down because Lesnar has a baseball bat and he's about to ruin the limousine with the Authority in it. But Lesnar was able to get calmed down by Heyman, and Heyman said, "Lesnar, let's leave. Let's save this for Battleground." So Brock Lesnar already starting in on the Authority to kick off Monday Night Raw. So Lesnar also vowed before he left that he will take the WWE World Title off of Seth Rollins. So what an explosive way to kick off Monday Night Raw already. The first match of the night is Roman Reigns and Ryback versus Bray Wyatt and The Big Show, which has major implications, huge on Battleground. You got Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt, and then of course you got the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title, Ryback versus The Big Show versus The Miz. Now, after a great back-and-forth match that I'd say went 25 minutes through a commercial break, as these matches always go through commercial breaks, remember, you always have to allow time for the replays on Raw and the commercial breaks and the advertisements. So it may not seem long, but it is when you counter in commercials and ads and replays and all that other stuff. And, of course, they're going to run down the card of Battleground. So after a great back-and-forth match in this tag team match, 25 minutes, Bray Wyatt defeats Roman Reigns with Sister Abigail. So yes, Bray Wyatt picks up momentum over Roman Reigns, and you got to think that the games are starting to bother Roman Reigns now. Bray Wyatt is getting ahead of Roman Reigns. It's starting to work. So he hits Sister Abigail. So then the Big Show would KO Ryback after the bell, after the match. So as the Big Show starts leaving, Bray Wyatt's already gone. The Miz would come in the ring, and he would pick up the scraps. Ryback was already dead, he's already been knocked out by the Big Show. So the Miz comes in and hits a skull-crushing finale on Ryback, sending a message to Ryback as the Big Show looks from the stage, and he's just looking in disgust like, you ain't going to be able to do that to me at Battleground. So that builds up the Intercontinental Championship. Up next, backstage with the Authority. The Miz would then lay the Intercontinental title over Ryback's body. Forgot that, yeah. And then the Miz stands tall. All right. So then backstage, all right. Oh, getting off center. All right. So then backstage, the Authority, they get out of the car shaken up after what Lesnar did earlier in the night, right? Triple H is not pleased. Seth Rollins is angry. Kane is looking mean. Obviously, they're not pleased with what Brock Lesnar did, and Triple H has threatened to call the police, call the Authority, call the cops. But then Triple H said, you know what, I'm the damn authority around here, and I'm going to take care of business. So now Triple H is fuming at this point. Officials then go backstage, and they inform Lesnar that there is the possibility the cops will be called. And Lesnar said, no matter what, I'm staying here, and I'm taking Lesnar with me, and I'm taking Rollins with me, Up next, in more wrestling action, we get a gauntlet match. Paige defeats Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, but is not able to defeat Nikki Bella. So once again, the numbers game, the odds are not in Paige's favor. Paige continues to lose and continues to lose momentum. Up next, we have Kevin Owens versus Cesaro in what was an instant classic, just like Cesaro Cena from the weeks earlier. Cesaro actually ends up pushing Owens to the limit, but Kevin Owens would win, but he wouldn't just win with the pop-up powerbomb. No, he would hit the pop-up powerbomb, and then he would lock on John Cena's STF on Cesaro, and Cesaro will be forced to tap out. Now, Cesaro, here's the thing. As Cesaro's in the STF and he taps out, he loses. Owens wins on the way to Battleground. Owens keeps the STF locked on. He's not letting go. The bell's ringing and the officials are coming down. John Cena comes down to make the save. Kevin Owens gets out of the ring. As Owens is leaving the ring, John Cena is attending to Cesaro. John Cena is helping Cesaro get back up. And as that's happening, Owens comes back into the ring, hits Cena from behind with the United States Championship, and then puts Cena in the STF. And John Cena, surprisingly, shockingly, starts tapping out. Now this puts doubt in your mind. Can Kevin Owens make John Cena tap out at Battleground? So this sets the table for Battleground with Owens and Cena, okay? So, and this whole thing lasts about probably 20 minutes, the whole thing. Rusev would then defeat two local jobbers with a double accolade. Now, during this, obviously, Ziggler's out on injury. Remember, I'm working within the script of the WWE. I'm trying to work within the confines of what they want, but also putting my own spin on it, making it a little bit interesting, making it a little bit compelling, all right? Now, as Rusev is done beating two local jobbers, Lana would come in and attack Summer Rae outside the ring. Rusev pulls Lana off, puts her in the ring, and then Summer attacks Lana from behind, and Summer Rae actually locks Lana in her own version of the accolade. So now you have Lana in the accolade from Summer Rae as Rusev is shouting at Lana as this is happening. Once again, I think that's brilliant. I think that's an awesome thing. Ziggler can't do nothing about it. He's injured. He's hurt. Lana's getting destroyed. And this just sets things up beautifully. Now, I don't know when Ziggler's going to come back, but that just adds more fuel to the fire if you get where I'm going with this. Imagine that sight, though. Summer Rae putting Lana in the accolade. Pretty hot. But next up, we see a backstage interview with the Viper, Randy Orton. Yes, Randy Orton's taking on Sheamus at Battleground, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Orton interviewed backstage, but Sheamus attacks Randy Orton from behind with the briefcase, sending a clear message that Sheamus is here to take out Randy Orton. That segment probably lasts about 3 minutes, and then Sheamus stands over Randy Orton. And then in from there, ladies and gentlemen, we go to, I think, the main event in my booking book here. Let's see. Yeah, my booking book. The booking book. Maybe I'll sell this one day and can get a lot of money out of it with my great ideas, right? Triple H sends all the heels down to the ringside area. Pretty much the bad guys on the Raw roster. Now they're lined up near the entrance ramp. So you got some heels on this side, some heels on that side. So when Brock Lesnar comes out, he's got two sides to deal with. How is he going to get to the ring? So Seth Rollins, Triple H, and Kane are in the ring, and all the Raw superstars are lined up near the ramp. So out comes Lesnar. So how's Lesnar going to beat the Raw roster? But one by one, they step aside. One by one, they step aside. Lesnar gets into the ring. The Authority bails. The Authority gets out of the ring. Lesnar's in the ring. All of a sudden, a net from the ceiling falls down on top of Lesnar. All the heels, the Authority, Rollins, all get in and they gang up on Brock Lesnar. They attack Brock Lesnar. They brutalize Brock Lesnar. It was all a plot. It was all a plan. It was all a swerve. Brock Lesnar didn't see it coming. So the net falls from the ceiling on Lesnar. Lesnar gets all tangled up in it. So now the numbers game. Lesnar's being attacked. Lesnar can't get out of it. Now it comes down. Now finally, after Lesnar's been softened up, Lesnar's been weakened, it's only down to Rollins and Lesnar. Everybody leaves. Rollins slowly picking up Brock Lesnar, slowly picking him up. And then all of a sudden, here comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns hits a Superman punch on Seth Rollins. Now remember, by this time, Lesnar is coming too. Lesnar hits an F5 on Roman Reigns. And then Lesnar has Seth Rollins, he has his sights set on him. He has his eyes on him. And Brock Lesnar's like, I got this now. So as Brock Lesnar's about to pick up Rollins, Rollins hits a low blow on Lesnar and gets the hell out of Dodge. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how Monday Night Raw ends. Brock Lesnar stands tall, but Rollins was able to get the hell out of there before Brock Lesnar did some major destruction. And that makes you want to tune into Battleground to see what will be the next developments and the next steps. Now, I realized, I put this, it took me a while. Listen, I don't just write down this stuff and then present it to you. I think about things. I erase things. I go back and I check my work. I go back and say, well, does that make sense? Does this sound right? It takes me a good 3 or 4 days, okay? Because remember, I'm going back and forth. I'm making edits. I'm making changes. It takes me 3 days to come up with this. You can't just come up, boom, right off the top of your head because it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't make sense. And, here's the thing. That's how I book Monday Night Raw. So your comments and your opinions and how would you book Monday Night Raw? Remember, this is the final Raw going into Battleground. Subscribe.